Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So big false flag is being flashed right now, and what does this actually mean? If you are unaware what is happening here in price action, then for you, especially for you, this video is going to be one extremely important video, because I am going to show you a line of support and a line of resistance the price of Bitcoin must hold and must break in order to invalidate this scenario. So let's jump here straight away in a weekly time frame using this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve, because I want to show you quickly why this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve for us right now is also playing a very important role. Because if you monitor the price movement, whenever the price of Bitcoin has approached around this blue line, which is the 14.59 Fibonacci level, and found support, we saw a relief rally above this 23.61 Fibonacci level. And for us this week, the price of Bitcoin must close above this orange line, which is sitting around 42,300, 42,400 price area. Because if the price of Bitcoin at the end of this week is going to close below this orange line, then this was just a fake out, and after that we could start this new movement here to the downside. Why I'm actually showing you this? Because if you look at this very similar example, when the price of Bitcoin was in a downtrend, we found the support at this blue line, which was the 14.59 Fibonacci level. We also saw this relief rally where the weekly candle was above this 23.61% Fibonacci level. The next week candle was unable to find support above it, and after that this was more of a fake out, and we also got gravitated towards the bottom of the channel. I mean a price movement here where we had this relief rally, price retesting this orange line, the 23.61 Fibonacci level, getting rejection, after that getting gravitated towards the bottom of the channel. If you go back on 2015, a similar scenario also unfolded here. Let me show you when the trend was in a downtrend like this, right? You can see the price came to this blue line again, just like what's happening right now with price action of Bitcoin. A small relief rally, right? You can see price came across this orange line, the 23.61 Fibonacci level, but was unable to find support above it. And after that, we got gravitated towards the bottom of the channel. And this is exactly, guys, this is exactly what I want you guys to understand. I mean, failing to find a proper support above this orange line in the past Bitcoin price action has indicated an actual movement towards the bottom of this Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. So that's why this weekly must find a proper support above this orange line that is lying around 42,300 to 42,400 price range. So that's why this weekly is going to be a very important week for Bitcoin. And not just only in a weekly time frame, guys, I also want to talk about this here in a daily time frame. Let me show you this chart. So before I talk about this one very interesting scenario, guys, if you are not subscribed to this channel, then please do it right now. And also for those individuals watching this video without destroying that like button, then please do it right now. It's only going to take you a second of your time. And now let's talk about this one scenario, which is also flashing a very interesting price movement. We have said in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever this green line, the 20 exponential moving average, has started appearing at the top, and the red line, which is the 50 exponential moving average, at the bottom, after that the price of Bitcoin has shown a very impulsive movement. Here as well, you can see this was a bearish crossover, but when the 20 exponential started appearing at the top and the red line, which is the 50 exponential, at the bottom, we had this really nice movement here to the upside. Similar scenario happened here, right? And now the question here is, are we going to see another movement here as well? So that's why for this crossover to happen, which is going to be a very bullish scenario for Bitcoin, if we would see any sort of a retracement, I personally believe that this red line, which is the 50 exponential moving average, since we are already above it, right, this line is going to be acting as a strong line of support around this 42,800 price range. And if we would also break the support from this 50 exponential moving average, then our final line of support is going to be this 20 exponential moving average, which is lying around this 40,700 range. But we are well aware in a weekly, we are not allowed to close below this orange line that is sitting around 42,300, 42,400 price range. If we are going to see any sort of a retracement price also breaking this 50 exponential, getting approach around this 20 exponential moving average, will it make sense? Absolutely yes, because I am going to add another price movement around this area just to show you guys why, what could happen if the price of Bitcoin would see any sort of a retracement here further towards this 41,000 range. Let me show you here. So now for that, I need to look at this price action in a daily time frame and simply add this falling trend line, because this falling trend line was an extremely important line of resistance. Since the price of Bitcoin has already broken out of it, we are showing this bullish movement here to the upside. But why did the price of Bitcoin got rejection around this 45 price area? Let me show you in a very simple way. For that, I am going to add this one trend line, because this trend line, if you look at it properly, this horizontal line has also been a very strong line of resistance in the past Bitcoin price action. So that's why when the price of Bitcoin came across this horizontal line that was lying around this 45,000 range, we got a rejection, because there we already had a rejection in the past Bitcoin price action. So that's why one reason why we are getting rejection. And if this rejection is going to last, and we are also going to see another movement here to the downside, then which price area that should be? Because I showed you just now with this 50 and 20 exponential moving average, 42,000 support, which is the 50 exponential moving average. And if this is also going to get broken, we have said the 20 exponential moving average, this green line, is going to be our another support line. But will it make sense, or retracement around this 41 to 42,000 range? As I've always said you, it does actually make a lot of sense, because if you go back all the way from this 2020, right, you can see why for us this price range of 41,000 is a very important line, because this same line was a strong line of resistance, and also a strong line of support, right? We can see that very clearly here. So that's why, guys, that's why if we would see any sort of a further retracement, then along with this 20 exponential moving average here, let's say it's going to see another move in this way, right? And the price of Bitcoin is going to retrace further, then this line is going to be acting as a support, since we are above it along with this 20 exponential moving average. So that is the reason, if this red line, which is the 50 exponential moving average around 42,600, is going to get broken, then we know where the actual support is lying around for Bitcoin. And even though if this pullback is going to happen, retesting the previous temporary resistance line and also the support line, this could be a retest of this previous temporary resistance line before we start again moving here to the upside, because in that way we could be forming another very bullish price structure, which is known as inverse head and shoulder pattern. Now let me show you here. So now let's look at this price structure in a 4-hour time frame, because I just showed you around this 45,000 range. This area was an extremely important area for Bitcoin, because it acted as a resistance in past Bitcoin price action to the downside. This 41,000 range is very important for us, right? Because this line goes all the way back here from 2020. So you can see here, it goes all the way back towards this 2020. So now we know this line is a strong line of support. But if we look at this in a bit different way, what we can also do, if the price of Bitcoin is going to see further retracement, right, where we are going to be approaching this previous temporary line before showing a movement here in this manner, then this here could be also looked as a head and shoulder, I mean this inverse head and shoulder scenario for Bitcoin, where this line is going to be acting as a right shoulder and then a move here in this manner, retesting the previous left shoulder area, right? So this line around this 41 to 42,000 is going to be another strong line of support along with this 50 exponential moving average for Bitcoin. Because if you look at this 50 exponential moving average, you can see with this sitting around 42,600 right now is actually a strong line of support. And if this is also going to get broken, then along with this 20 exponential moving average, this horizontal trend line, right, and also right shoulder from this inverse head and shoulder could be lining up parallelly as a support, and after that, right after that, this could be a really nice movement here to the upside for Bitcoin. So this was a quick update on price action of Bitcoin. If you enjoyed my work, then please hit the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.